This is a book summary of the book Eating on the Wild Side, written by Joe Robinson. Avocado. If you buy unripe avocados, put them inside a paper bag, close it, and store at room temperature until the avocado begins to soften in about 2 or 3 days. You can speed ripen them by adding a banana to the bag. The ethylene gas produced by the banana shortens the ripening time by a day or more. On the other hand, whole ripe avocados can be stored in the refrigerator up to 2 days without losing their eating quality. However, cut avocados do not store as well because their surface turns brown very rapidly. There are 2 ways to keep them from browning. If you plan to use only 1/2 of an avocado, slice the fruit open and keep the stone in the half that you're storing. The stone helps slow the browning. Next, squirt the cut surface with lemon or lime juice. Place the avocado in a plastic bag and press out most of the air before sealing it. Then you store it on a shelf in your refrigerator. Another method is to store the cut avocado with sliced onions. Roughly chop 1 small onion and place the pieces in the bottom of a small container. Place the avocado half with the pit skin side down on the onions. Top with a lid and store in the fridge. The volatile oils of the onion have enough antioxidant activity to prevent the avocado from browning. Broccoli. Like other vegetables, broccoli continues to respire after it's been packed, but it does so at a very fast rate. It pants rather than breathes, which happens even under ideal shipping and storage conditions. Next, an interesting point is you can prevent some of the nutritional loss by choosing the freshest broccoli in the supermarket. Whole heads of broccoli are more nutritious than pre-trimmed florets. When broccoli is sectioned into florets, the vegetable responds to the injury by doubling its already rapid rate of respiration. It uses up so much of its antioxidants that little is left for the eater. Now, once you get your broccoli home from the supermarket, chill it immediately and eat it that day or the next. If you're planning to keep it for more than 1 day, put it in a micro-perforated bag and store it in the crisper drawer of your fridge. According to recent research, the broccoli will have more than twice as much antioxidant activity than if stored without any wrapping. Next, when you're eating broccoli, do note that eating broccoli raw gives you up to 20% more of a beneficial compound called sulforaphane than cooked broccoli. However, if you like to cook broccoli, one of the best ways to cook it is to steam it for no more than 4 minutes. Steaming retains the most nutrients. Potato. Potatoes tend to make it to the dirty dozen list because they are sprayed with fungicides and insecticides while they are growing in the field and are treated with sprout inhibitors while they are in storage. Some of these chemicals are highly soluble and penetrate beneath the skin of the potatoes. Scrubbing potatoes removes only 25% of these hidden compounds. Peeling gets rid of up to 70%, but the rest remains in the potato. However, by removing the skins, you lose 50% of the total antioxidants in the potato. Well, the alternative is to buy organic potatoes and eat the skins. In terms of eating potatoes, there's a slick trick you can use to tame the sugar rush of high glycemic potatoes. If you cook potatoes and then chill them for about 24 hours before you eat them, they are magically transformed into a low or moderate glycemic vegetable. The cool temperature converts the potatoes' rapidly digested starch into a more resistant starch that is broken down more slowly. Another method is to cook potatoes in fat, which also slows down the digestive process. For this reason, French fries produce a smaller increase in blood sugar than baked or steamed potatoes. Another method is to sprinkle the potatoes with vinegar, which is an English tradition which will help to slow down digestion even more. Kale. Kale is one of the few vegetables that exceeds the nutritional value of wild greens and is high in antioxidant value. One serving of kale has more calcium than 6 ounces of milk and more fiber than 3 slices of whole wheat bread. Well, how do you store kale? Store kale in the crisper drawer in the fridge and use it within a few days. Raw kale is higher in vitamin C, antioxidants, and phytonutrients than cooked kale. Well, you can chop it and add it to salad. On the other hand, making roasted kale chips is a growing trend. However, remember, the longer it takes to bake the kale, the more nutrients are lost. A setting of 350 degrees results in more nutritious chips. Onions. While you're buying onions, examine them carefully. Look for firm onions with an intact outer skin. The papery outer skin preserves the juiciness of the onion and contains natural compounds that protects the vegetable from fungal infections and mold. Interestingly, the high concentration of bionutrients in onion skins makes them the most nutritious part of the vegetable. Although eating the skin would be unpleasant, you can save them and add them to soup stocks, which will enrich the broth with flavor. One of the most beneficial phytonutrients in onion is quercetin, a compound that is being investigated for its antiviral, antibacterial, and anti-cancer properties. Studies show that baking, sautéing, roasting, or frying onions increases their quercetin content. Boiling is the only cooking method that reduces it, because by the time the onions are fully cooked, 30% of their quercetin has been transferred to the cooking water. If you use the cooking liquid, however, you can consume the quercetin in the water. Cauliflower. The intensely purple graffiti cauliflower has 2.5 times more antioxidants than the standard white variety. However, one thing to note when you're buying cauliflower: do not buy cauliflower that looks shaved, because most likely it was scraped to remove mold. Another thing to consider with frozen cauliflower has fewer nutrients than fresh cauliflower. The blanching process alone can destroy up to 40% of its cancer-fighting compound. You can either steam or sauté cauliflower, but don't boil it. Boiling, which is the most common cooking method, reduces its antioxidant value and its ability to fight cancer.